a stream for you, sweetheart.
I'm getting it.
But do you want to stream too?
About World War. Now we're on the Vietnam War.
Spaceman from the United States of America. Last time we saw them in action, they lost by a TKO. Let's see how this one plays out.
Okay, so we lost the war in Vietnam, right?
And they'll be facing Street Killer from Mexico. Their last fight was a very close victory.
They have waited for this fight for so long, John. This is ridiculous.
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over.
I'm about to fight someone, sweetheart.
What the U.S. did in Vietnam.
Oh yeah, that I'm sure they did all sorts of bad.
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight.
It's like, this is a part of the U.S. containment and Cold War policy. And we were just upholding American values, even though we kind of destroyed
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked?
We sure did. We sure did destroy the shit out of them too.
That hook scores.
At what cost, though? Because
everybody's life.
We kind of lost the war.
Oh wait, I don't. I bet we actually won whatever we were trying to do. I bet there was something deeper.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now.
A war under the Cold War, where although we never fought Russia directly,
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Russia sent agents to fight us, and so we supported.
Punch, counter punch. They have no respect for each other's punching power.
In a way that would make it anti-communist. Well, they kind of
punch output. Thought there might be more action here. These two fighters are
hey, sweetheart.
For one another.
Tell me more.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one.
Huh?
What would you like to know about Ho Chi Minh?
Can I know about, do you know anything about,
The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do?
I don't know the name.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there.
I forget the name, sweetheart. It's one of the...
And there's the bell to start round 2. So not the best round,
I forget. I honestly forget.
That was a tough last
Just tell me something more.
You've got to make sure he doesn't put
Asia.
That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't
oh,
get drawn into
I thought you said. See, I'm not even really. I'm locked in, but.
You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past.
I honestly don't know what it would be. Because it's so old.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming.
It's a dynasty.
Can't find a home for that jab.
Which dynasty?
I can't remember, babe.
In China?
In the hook, but it doesn't score.
Yeah, maybe. Do you know any? Really?
Both men step back for just a moment.
Vietnam was like...
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Perfect counter lands. Well done with that counter shot. And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left.
The Nguyen Dynasty?
No, that's not it. but you can talk about it
As bad as boxing
if you know
judging
about
can
it.
be sometimes, there's no doubt.
I don't know nothing about that. I've never even heard of it.
There's the bell to start round 3. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Okay, so, okay, the Nguyen people were like the indigenous people that were
They
like
are
pushed
not
up
going to
into
let
the
this one go
highlands
to the judges.
in Asia
Mm-hmm.
during the 18th century. And then the Nguyen family was in control of the north, and then the Chen family was in control
So much
of the
for
south.
boxing. This is a fight.
And so the Nguyen family had like a dynasty, and
These punches coming from every angle.
they kind of focused on
That counter punch caught him clean.
restoration of the yang and like yin and yang. They follow
What a round so
So
far as
the
we've reached the
like
halfway point.
the male
So
creative
close, so
power
close.
associated
How
with
can
the
you separate them?
heavens,
It's going to
the
be a
more
hard
rational
night tonight for the
representing
judges.
competition and aggression, organized structure, Confucianism, and like emphasizing hierarchy, obedience, and then correct performance of rituals.
Not a lot of punch out.
So
I
that's
thought there
what
would be some more action here.
Nguyen family,
Perfect counter
the
shot.
Nguyen dynasty wanted to uphold, and then so
How
that's
about
like
that
the
time
yang.
counter shot?
So the yin
Missing
would
with
be
the
the
hook.
kind of the opposite of that. So that represents the earth, the female,
Very close
receptive,
round with 10
influence,
seconds to
the
go.
more emotional, less competitive, less prone to aggression, and then the mystical aspect of religion, so more intuitive.
And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a
Spiritual
close.
realms,
Wow, it's
meditation,
like two different
withdrawal,
leagues.
asceticism, more subject to the universe, and you're able to
There's the bell for
subject
round
the
4.
universe.
Coming off a very tough round.
Which is
Let's
the
see what they
opposite
do
of
here.
what
This
the
is one of
Nguyen
those
dynasty
situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be
during
smart.
their
Be
rule
sharp. Don't
in
be a fool. Don't get
Vietnam.
suckered in. Make him fight your fight.
In North
Hold him,
Vietnam.
tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's
during
going to pop
the
you off.
19th century.
Sorry, sweetheart.
Do you believe this?
Almost losing this fight. Oh, stop hitting me!
Scores with the
Ah!
counter.
Ooh! Ooh! Ah! You might have to explain some of that again.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. You'd like to see more jabs.
So,
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
restore the
Skill
yang.
for skill, tap for
They
tap.
wanted a
It's
strong
like a
scheme.
match made in heaven.
And so, in order to do that, they promoted
Not a lot of
classical
punch output.
Chinese.
Thought there might be more action
And then they
here.
practiced like Confucianism. They wanted the minorities to assimilate, so the hill tribe
Counter punching.
minorities,
Beautiful
they were
counter
forced to
shot.
assimilate the Shams that were
Someone's
previously
will
converted to
cave, but which
Islam.
fighter will it be?
They were forced to eat pork and assimilate.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go.
And then they focused on isolationism. So they didn't want to engage with the West. They rejected trade
Well, there was
proposals.
no doubt about who
Which
won
kind of
that
put them at
round.
You
risk
can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
being
And the
forced into the
tournament's got to
market.
put a
That's
fight
kinda
on
crazy.
it.
They
On
took
the
their,
fight to
they
get out
took
there
their
and get the
cues
job
more
done.
from China as opposed to the West. They were
Into the fray here in round 5.
anti-Catholic
That last round was huge for him, Johnny.
because
How
they
does
were
he
kind
keep
of
the momentum
fearful
going?
that the
Todd,
Catholics
my
would
motto
kind
is,
of
if it's not
overstep
broken, why
just being a
change it?
church
An
and kind of
excellent
influence
last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
by like the middle of the 19th century, the policies that they have put into place, there's growing discontent, especially in the South, where there were people in the South were more individualistic. So before there was like a clear separation of North Vietnam and South Vietnam, the geography of it kind of separated the people into different personalities. And then also
both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way.
So they were different.
Good counter punch. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
So the French came in and they colonized Vietnam.
Missing with that jab.
And their main goal was just to extract as much wealth as possible from the country.
You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it.
Fuck!
One moment changes everything, especially in this division.
So the French came in.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
Ideals, industrial revolution, military revolution, and then the idea of the nation state, which is a very Western idea.
It's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so.
On to the 6th round. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
So we did.
Straight right, just misses.
They were trying for a while. And then Vietnam was colonized by the Dutch. By everybody, Japan comes in for a little bit.
Left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Nice counter shot.
What else about Vietnam?
Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight.
Alright, I'm going to
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch.
Now we're talking about slavery. We're getting lectures.
And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight.
In the transatlantic slave trade.
They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious.
So,
this round could go either way. 10 seconds to go.
when you look at the transatlantic exchange rate, you can really only see what comes to people.
Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy.
Where they came from.
Here we go. It's round 7. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And so, when you...
It bombs away!
When you think about the first generation of Africans...
The jab doesn't quite connect.
Both kind of the first generation of slaves. They've been referred to as like Oriental criminals. And...
Good counter left hand there. fighters landing in these exchanges, Judge is going to have a tough job.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? No rest for the weary.
Loser.
Can't find a home with that jab.
A lecture on slavery.
I like it. It's great.
Very
I'm not
close
retaining
round with
anything,
10
but
seconds to go.
I'm definitely here.
Okay, so the first generation of slaves, they had like slightly more autonomy. It's not that they were necessarily.
Look at all that blood,
great,
but he's still
they
wanting to
just
come
had
out for more.
autonomy.
Cornerman, getting your job done, do it right.
Shaping colonial America. And then these people, this first generation, were the people who kind of knew a little bit of.
And we enter the 8th round. They just gave us a great round. Let's see if they can do it again.
How much energy did they use? How hard and how tough and how much they had to dig deep. This is just ridiculous. I don't know what to expect. I'm tired just watching it.
All I'm saying they didn't mind. They were more able to assimilate because
Nice
they
counter.
knew it more. And so they were given more opportunity to
Swing and a miss with that jab.
have their own families, get married
Both men step back for just a moment.
outside of work, live on their own.
Jab slightly off target.
This is before like the rise of communications.
And Spaceman goes down.
To
Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Where
Fuck!
did it come from? One, three.
How did he get me? That's so fucking crazy, Nick. Oh, fuck you.
Gotta waste time. Get step behind the referee. When he comes close, tie him up. The referee's then gotta paw you. Walk around the ring. You've just gotta make the most of it. Because if you let him jump back on you again, he's gonna get momentum and pull you down again. And that's a lot of points to lose in a round.
Hold on, gotta cut you off here, Johnny. Oh my, it's a game changer.
Generation of slaves are kind of more able to petition for their freedom. And there was also
No, we don't see a knockdown.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will you do? What will you tell him when he goes to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round.
Things were different from our generation. When we move on to the next generation,
Corner's got
we
it.
start to see the decline.
Johnny, it's a majority
All
decision
because he
win.
got fucking KO. That's fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit, nigga. BS. So stupid. So dumb. I won every other round, but all because he got that lucky hit. I had him on the freaking ropes too, and he just swung wildly. So stupid. So fucking stupid. Fuck!
Feeling like I got a brand new contract. Armed and dangerous, I'm ready for comeback. Soon as I catch him on sight, it's contact. I get the job
That's
done,
nice, babe.
don't come back. That's not fair, people hoping on the balance. But even you got that magical, you have it. And we were born and blessed with all this talent.
So now we're going to move on to look at some laws in Coverdale, Virginia.
Oh, good God.
During the 1600s and 1700s. What I also think is really interesting is that during this time you kind of see them starting to crack down on interracial relations. first it was like interracial marriage, and then there were also questions about the status of a slave whose mother was black, and like the dad was a slave owner who likely raped the slave. And so instead of going on maternity as is always valued in a patriarchal society, they made it so that the condition of the slave was then based on their mother. And then they also started fighting and people who were in interracial marriages. Oh. And then what's very interesting is that there was still a ban on interracial relationships until 1967. So, what is that, 16 years ago we couldn't be together?
What is she talking about? What is she talking about?
Is of Lovingview, Virginia.
I'm scared.
I think it's very interesting.
What?
How there's still been interracial relationships until 1967. So women's living in America and trans women.
Crazy.
And they're gonna say the same thing about gay marriage, right?
Why?
I feel like
win my reward. Motivation. All the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation.
I'm gonna get something to snack on. Oh, actually, I got this stuff right here. What's up?
What would you like your next history lesson?
Go ahead and start giving it to me.
Huh?
You heard me.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm. But only on Sundays.
I think it's not weird.
I think you should give me a love.
I love your place on it later.
You're worth how much of my grade, babe?
All of it. Actually, I think we need to actually. I'm not sure. I think maybe I need to know about the separate.
Actually. You're black. Sometimes. Only sometimes though. What's up?
I think I'm black all the time.
You're complaining?
No, I never complain.
Oh,
This rivalry
good.
has been brewing for a long time, and it spills over. First up, this bout is. What a pleasure it is to be here. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Can't find a home for that jab. He misses with that jab. Good counter punch. This boxer is a real hook specialist. Their opponent has got to watch out for that. Nice exchange here from both men. That hook won't score. Right up the middle. Real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That counter shot lands. That left hook missed. Beautiful counter shot. The courage on display here is incredible. We're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. And down goes Supersonic. You could see it.
I put him down.
They saw that
I put down
punch coming.
Supersonic.
There was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
My guy has a man bun. Don't lie to me. Can I hear you? Huh? No.
You gotta wonder how big of a factor that knockdown's gonna be we just saw.
Love the response though, got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
Does it bother you when I snore on your chest?
When you snore on my chest? If I'm trying to hear a video, sometimes, because I don't want to wake you up, but at the same time I want to hear my video, but at the same time I can't hear my video over your snoring unless I turn it up, and then I might wake you up if I turn it up.
Just wake me up. My girl will be like, hey, just roll over.
Jeez.
Referee calling for seconds out, right back into the action.
Do you ever tell tell me to roll over?
Here we go, it's round two. Let's see how here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not gonna happen. He's got a hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Perfect counter shot. This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat. He threw a punch and just got countered. Counter shot. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. He misses with that jab.
Really?
Just avoids the left uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
There's the bell to start round 3. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? All hands on deck. We are witnessing an upset in the making. No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
And he scores with the counter. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Punch, counter punch. The straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. Can't land the jab there. Nice counter. It's all offense all the time. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. They've got the momentum advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Here we go to the 4th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
The perfect counter lands. Straight right just misses. We wanted action, and they are delivering. those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Incredible work rate. A lot of effort being exerted here. They stop the hook there. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
You have tea?
The bell for round 5. That round was complete
Oh, good job, babe.
Let's see if we can shake
You got
things
more
up here in
history
this round.
lessons?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Stamina is off the charts. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter shot. Nice defense on that hook. Good counter punching. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. They both want the knockout.
Okay.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas.
He also started to play a visual distinction.
Missing with the left hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
60 said any white person.
Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell. This is the beginning of round 6. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight.
Jeez.
Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
But if they ran away with the slave, or they helped the slave leave, that slave is gone for 3 months. And that means they got 3 months added onto their servitude.
Damn.
So then that kind of created some distinction because
Straight right just misses.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Right.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered.
And then
Throws the uppercut but misses, and they figure out the combination to this save.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this part will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And that was it. That was the big shot we were waiting for.
Which completely contradicts because they were still European at this time. It was colonial America.
And now they're right back into
So
the
they're
fray.
British.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back.
Gotta stop it here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. The corner's got the towel, and they're going to throw it in. I don't believe what
And
we're
then there was
seeing here.
also
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What?
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left.
It separated black women from white women because they saw black women work in the fields. And so they're generating income in these fields. So the basic
No surprise there.
They work like a man.
Damn.
Despite white women also being like indentured servants at this time, but only the black women were taxed. And white women also worked in the fields in 1660s. So it was just singling out black women.
Weird. That's wild.
And then in 1669, there was a law that, like, if a slave was punished by their master, and in the process of that punishment, the master ended up killing them, that's not murder. So it basically gave the master permission to kill the slave. And then in 1691, if a black or a mixed person run away, or they hide, or they kill a hog, which is what they did a lot to revolt. Then anyone who was like authorized to go find that black or mixed person who left or ran away, they're authorized to kill and destroy them.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And so it closed a loophole from the 1662 law. This is another part of 1691 law. It closed like the loophole from the 1692 law that said that only an enslaved woman could give birth to an enslaved child. And so it banished any white people who marry black people from the colony.
Damn.
And so a lot of America was unsettled back in the 1660s. So being banished from the colony, like you're done for.
You're done for.
You're done. You gotta go
Game
out
over.
the woods.
Game over. You suck.
Yeah.
Game over.
Pretty much, it banned interracial marriage, and then it kind of separated blackness from whiteness, and it specifically said like you could not be with an Indian person or a black person if you're white, which was not overturned until 1967. And so then there was questions also about what would happen, because the law was that if a black woman gave birth to like a mixed child, that child would be a slave. And then there were questions about if an English woman gave birth to a mixed child, what would happen? So basically, they would have to pay 15 pounds sterling. I'm not sure how much that is now. Let me look it up. 15 pounds sterling US dollars. Oh, I had to do the year. It's saying it's $20. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I have to do the year in 1691. So $20 in 1691. So basically $1,750. So if you had a mixed child, you had to pay 15 sterling to your local church within 3 months of having that child.
Why?
Because you shouldn't have been with a black man. Like, how dare you go be with that black man? So now you owe your church $1,700. And then if you couldn't pay that $1,700 within 3 months, then you would become a servant to the church for 5 years. And so the church could then sell you wherever they needed you to be in order for them to make that money. So you could be working on the fields. And
Interesting.
then, so either what will happen is they paid the money, or became a servant to the church for 5 years. But if they couldn't do, but then what happened on top of that is that their child would be sold to the church as an indentured servant until they were 30 years old. And the life expectancy back then was like 40. So basically their whole life they would be an indentured servant. So that kind of really aided in the racial division because you gotta pay a fine and you don't want to have a kid just to make that kid a servant for basically 3/4 of their life.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
And then also in 1691, if a white slave owner wanted to set their slave free, they had to pay for the former slave to leave the colony within 6 months.
Interesting.
So that free slave could not stay in the colony. They had to leave the colony and they had to get the money to leave the colony from their slave owner. So that kind of, like what slave owner would be like, they're losing work and they have to pay for that person to leave the colony. No one's getting free, bro.
Must really like that slave.
It's mainly because they didn't want a growing, like, free black population in Virginia. Because at this time, there were some free black people. But then, because it was easier for the first generation of slaves that came here to, like, petition for their freedom or gain their freedom. But then you can kind of see them wanting the numbers of free black people to dwindle down, and then the numbers of white servants to also dwindle down, and then kind of associate free with white, indentured black.
Dope.
So then, in 1705, intermarriage could send you to jail for 6 months. For the white person could be in jail for 6 months if they married a black person. And then they got no bail, and then they also had to pay a £10 fine, so like another $1,000.
Damn.
For marrying a black person. So no white person was gonna want to do that.
Damn.
Very interesting to look at those colonial laws.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked.
Alright, now let's talk about New York City in 1712. So New York City in 1712 was smaller. Kind of think the bottom of Manhattan, not much settlement there in New York. And in the north it's different. It's not like a plantation economy. There's not really plantations. It was more a merchant city, so they had the slave population really working along the docks. The women in domesticity. Men were carrying loads from warehouses to the docks to be put on ships to be traded and sold. In 1703, 14% of the population was enslaved in New York City, and so slavery was completely embedded into the economy. And then, Wall Street in New York.
Did you say what?
Do you know Wall Street in New York?
And who's that?
You don't know Wall Street, like the famous street where it's all like the stockbrokers?
Oh yeah, of course.
So, Wall Street originally had a slave market. And that's how it kind of generated a lot of wealth. I think it's kind of ironic. So, it was smaller in New York. There's not plantations, so the slave owners really only had 2 to 3 slaves a person. And then because of that, there was more surveillance, and then also the slaves had more opportunity to see each other in passing. So when they went in like the 90s, the 1990s, to build a building in New York, they discovered a burial ground. I think it's very interesting. They discovered a slave burial ground that had like 15,000 slaves there, like 25 feet underground.
I'm confused, sweetheart.
Huh?
I'm confused, sweetheart.
What are you confused about?
Well, all of it.
We're talking about when they went to go build a building in New York City in the 90s. They dug underground, and you know, in order to get basements in your structure, you gotta dig deep underground.
What a night for
And as they
a
were
fight!
digging
We're
deep,
at Brooklyn Hall.
they
My
found
name is
a
Todd Grisham.
slave burial
Alongside
site.
me, Johnny
Oh
Nelson.
wow.
About
They
time to.
originally tried
Time for our
to
tail of the tape. Up first is Spaceman.
Slip under the
And you
rug
can
and be
see
like,
they will
oh,
have a
whatever.
speed advantage.
Let's
And
just
they'll be
continue to
facing
build.
Supersonic. And they will have a
But then they
power
got
advantage here. Get ready for these two heavyweights. Blink and it could be over.
Brawlers are a nightmare. You've got to be strong and
Not
fit.
just
Use
building
that long
over it,
reach. Use that long jab. Do it that way.
but
You'll
kind
be
of
safe
using
all
that
night.
to gain more insight into the lives of slaves, because there aren't sources
First
from
up,
the slaves
Spaceman
themselves.
from the United States of America. The last time we saw them in action, they pulled off a very close win.
What they did was this slavery, and then also the total
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
So there were
lot of
negotiations
trash.
about what to do with the site, and so eventually they decided that
Build
they
up
would
to this
allow
fight
the
has
team
been
market
incredible.
to
Both of these men verbally sparring for
dig up
weeks,
some of
and
those
now they
bodies and
get it on
examine
for
them,
real.
but then they made sure that it was like the team that was examining those bodies.
They have no respect for each other's punching power.
HBCU. And so what they discovered was a lot of violence, evidence of violence.
Every
Ooh.
time they throw a shot, they get
I
countered.
think they took out like
That jab
400
misses.
people in total. And
Well, this fighter
23 men
loves
and 18
throwing
women
crooks. Their
had
opponent has
fractured
got to
bones.
watch out for that.
And so although some could be by accident, others seem to be just violence by the masses. The most common
Just
one
when
was
you think they're going to have a lull in the
fracture.
action, we get it heated back up.
And then men, they had the fractures in their like upper
The
body.
only fear you have with this fighter
Really?
is as he punched himself out.
Whereas like
You gotta
women
like what
had
you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap.
And
Just
there
like a
were
match
also
made in heaven.
fractures and serious injuries to children as young as 11.
Oh wow.
And then it showed that a lot of these
Jab misses.
injuries happened at or around the time of death. So
This fighter has a very good win-loss record and will be tough to beat.
break their hand and they were murdered.
Mm.
But then what they also found is a lot of evidence of physical
The courage
exhaustion
on
in
display
slaves.
here is incredible.
So they looked at their bones where the muscles
This fight has a real good
would
flow
be
to it.
if their bodies hadn't disintegrated.
This round's still up for
And
grabs
then
with
they
just
looked
10
at
seconds to go.
evidence of damage or stress within these bones to see if repetitive motions took over the control of the bodies, and they found a lot of damage.
From this
and
moment
other
forward, he
vascular
cannot
damage
afford to
by
lose another
damage.
round.
Every second, every minute
And
of this
then
fight
there were
is important.
evidence
Every
of
second,
this
every minute of
damage
this
in
round is
children as
important.
young as
You
4
cannot
years old.
afford to lose it.
And then they kind of
On to the second round.
they
That
saw
corner
that
has
this
got
evidence
to
of
find a way to
exhaustion
get some
was
momentum
consistent
behind
with
their
the kind
fighter.
of work
They've
that
had
they
1
were
minute to
doing
recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back.
so-
Then put the pressure on.
out of the like 400 some bodies that they pulled up, 40% of them were children under 12.
Damn.
He misses
So
with that straight
they're
left.
using this to try to solve the heads of mortality for African Americans. It was twice as much as the white population during that time. And then slaves between the age of 15 to 25
You wouldn't want to be on the
were likely
receiving
to
end of
die
a
soon
shot from that
after they
heavyweight.
arrived from Africa here, or they would
And so
die
far,
soon
the
after they
offense has
were
been better than the defense.
after they transitioned from doing more like child work to adult work. They would die shortly after that. And then
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than
They
nothing.
were 8 times more likely to live over the age of 55.
Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out.
And so they also saw that like a lot of the women were in poor health and malnourished. So that kind of, and then there are also high rates of infant
That left hook misses.
which led the population to decline. And so the
So
only way
much
that
for
they could sustain
boxing.
the
This
population
is
was
a
to
fist
continue
fight.
import
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left.
So funneling them through Africa, through a middle passage to the Americas. A lot of them came from Africa through the
Round
West
that seemed
Indies,
like
and
an
then they were
eternity for
funneled
them
up to America.
finally comes to a close.
But then
Well,
you kind of see
sometimes
during
it can be
this
the
era, they started to be funneled directly
There's the
from
bell for round 3. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
and you can
This
kinda
is one of
see
those
as they were being
situations. You've
funneled
just been
more
hurt. You've got to
directly
get out
from
there again.
Africa.
Be smart.
started
Be
to
sharp.
become
Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in.
treated
Make him
more
fight your
as,
fight.
well, I can
Hold
go
him,
get
tie
my
him up
slaves,
just
so
until your
here's
head
what I do
clears
this
again
one.
and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to
They
pop
were
you off.
And down goes Supersonic. A big headshot, and he goes down. We have
but then
got to
also
see that again
in the
in slow
graves, they
motion.
found
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
that a lot of Africans kept all burial practices, so they buried them with beads and other symbols from Africa. And
Interesting.
after they examined everything, they made replicas, and then they went back and buried these items and these people with the items that they were originally buried with. So the site is still there in New York.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom,
So-
back in the same spot again. It happened once. You
In
got
New
away
York
with it.
City
You
in
can do it
17,
again.
there's this thing people. And so after April 1712, it was late at night.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something. Because otherwise, why should it change?
23 slaves met likely at a tavern that night, and then they ended up in like a fruit orchard, and they decided to
And he misses with that jab.
face take privilege against their owners.
The straight right
And
just
they were
misses.
armed with swords, knives, hatchets, guns. So what they did is they set a shed on fire. And the fire was easily spread during this time.
Nice counter.
Everything was catching on fire, one building caught on fire. So as they set it on fire, people took notice of the
And we may
fire.
see an early
A lot
stoppage
of
here.
the white population came out to put
So
it
it's
into the
plan
fire.
B time after
And
being
once they
knocked
came
down in
out,
that round.
You've been put down. You've got to think right. Survive and then give it back the next round.
a lot of them. And so, at the end of the night, 9 of them were killed.
Here we
and
go
like
to the
5
fourth
to 6
round.
more were
Got to get the
injured.
momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
And so then the
listen
next
to me.
day, they
If
got
I
like
knock somebody
the
down like
militias
that
from New
round, you know
York
this round
and
coming
also
out? He's
Westchester
getting
to go out into the
everything
woods, because
full
after
power
they
because I know his legs
killed
are
the
gone.
people,
So
they
sis,
fled into the
you watch
woods.
what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be
So then they
very,
got the
very
militia to go find
surprised.
them the next day. And 6 out of the 23 had committed suicide. But they ended up capturing 27 people. So I guess they captured anyone that thought was
The jab doesn't quite
in
connect.
conspiracy with them. And so
This is a battle royale between two heavyweight
they
bombers.
executed 21 of them because 6 killed themselves. The other 21 they executed.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught.
Hung them, burned them.
Damn.
Yeah, they
Not throw out a lazy jab
they
in this
broke
fight,
the
you'll get
wheel.
knocked out.
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
They like tie you to a wheel and then they just, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. Why weren't they more cautious?
They gibbeted one. You know what that is?
No.
They brought me over town.
And it's a supersonic boom as down goes Supersonic. And as you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
There was one lady, she was pregnant. So they waited for her to give birth. And then after she gave birth, they're like, alright, now you're dead. And they killed her after that. And so in the aftermath of that, they're like, oh, we can't have this happening again. So then you see a bunch of new laws starting to come out. And so obviously they were like, well, you blacks aren't allowed to have wives anymore.
So
Crazy.
To the fray again, but how much do they have
So
left?
they're like, no
Some
more
fighters, when
guns.
this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. Then they get back into the mix again. I
Like,
want
if
to
you
know.
were planning
It looks
for
like he's going to survive the round here, but just barely.
That was punishable by torture and death. So you can be tortured for that.
Always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. What a huge
And then
momentum swing
they
that's going to be,
didn't allow
considering that
free
round will be
black
10-8
people
after the knockdown.
to
To
own
make or break the
property.
fight's up.
And then in 1713, which is like a year after
Here we
this
go in round
happened,
5. Who's going to
they
land the
made
first
it
big
so
shot?
that
He got
all
knocked down in the last round. Let's see
slaves
what he can
had
do
to carry
here.
a
That
lantern.
knockdown we just saw was
If
a
they were to
heavy
go outside
knockdown.
at night,
I'd be very, very
they needed to
surprised
see the
if he
jury
come
out
out
there, so you had to have
fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle.
And then in
He's gotta
1722,
bluff.
they made it so that black funerals had to be held during the day. Because, you know, if you have it at night,
Nice counter shot.
you might conspire to do something. You can't see you. So you gotta have it.
That hook's blocked.
And then in 1731, slaves can't gamble.
Good defense to
slaves
block the
can't- or
hook.
even black people can't have a gun with more than 3 people. And then they allow slave owners to have like more broad discretion in the type of punishment that they use against their slaves. So there's not really anything.
Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Referees pause the action and we'll take a look at that cut.
Any questions?
That sounds terrible.
So the referee took a look and decides, let's keep going.
Sounds like a whole lot of fuck.
Wanted to land the left hook, but was not successful.
Very interesting.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here.
It's cool.
Uppercut misses. No, wave it off. Supersonic has been stopped. And he
God damn it.
All in my eyes, enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grit. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit in the clip until I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift. Decisions are swift. At home in the ring, it's like I live in this beat. And I'm undisputed.
I'm a cheat on my bed and mini October you'll get over it.
I
feel like the night of the fight. It feels like the fight of my life. Lighting my fire, can't even remember which finger is injured or what tired. It's like train through the pain, flipping them tires. Barbers was lifting them skyward and higher. I ran through the rain, work till I'm drained. Put on headphones and do it all over again. Chains clang from hitting the bag.
Rocked him.
my dad.
So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here. I've arrived. Try it again.
Shit, Emma. This was crazy.
You're gonna bring out your history lesson because I can't wait to learn it too.
Now what we gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort. I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this? Study my movements. Go opposite of the grain. See, I never heard of vacations. Bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause all they regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is a chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the chance. The blood, sweat, and tears of my stripes. I only tell stories of fights. You learn that the struggle is part of the hustle. Don't ever mistake them as gripes. First I hit them with lefts, then I hit them with rights. After all that I've been through, I gotta continue to cut through that bull with a knife. You holding me up, so I'm rising. You want me to fail or surprise them? Addicted to winning, so since the beginning, I only focus on horizons. Only regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is a chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. So what can I tell you? I learned from my failures. I traveled through hell with a gang full of tailspins, and I only prevail cause I came with my day ones, and they never strayed from tough situations. I'm saying there's no conversation, just head down and get from the heart that we came from. All we regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is a chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs.
Yeah, that hate the grind and sweat, the blood, the time, my motivation. I work too hard, too long, and not be in the conversation. My team been up, way up, ain't nothing less than domination. I got the game and say with lock and key and combination. Keep it rolling high, Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation. Yeah, that time that I came through when I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, if I had a penny for everyone doubted me, I'll make $1 million a month off a salary. Picture me rolling, go look at the gallery. I've been eating now, look at the calories. No, I've been out up on the road, trying to make it to my goals. Had a lot of friends in the past when I quit on me, had a fold. Chasing my dreams, stay close to the team. I don't ever need no reason to leave. Heard the birds in the trees, telling me it is a breeze. As you can see, I do it with ease. Wanna make it then believe. That time that I came through when I got one for the boy. Hey, now I'm finna ball out, step back, shoot for the score. Hey, one time for the one time, I'll rebound, I reground. In the meantime, I stack up, this win my reward. Motivation, all the hating that they doing, motivation. Staying winning, nothing less, ain't no consolation. Used to tell me that I couldn't, that's my motivation. Yeah, my motivation, motivation. All this money on my mind, that's my motivation. You be talking, but you not up in the conversation. They all wanting me to stop, that's my motivation.
Just wanna fall and run away. Away from this place, away from this things. Okay. Promises made me to myself to pursue my happiness. I want to fly away. Live my life in my own way. Give me a new day. I start a fresh start again. This could be, this could be, this could be. This could be, this could be, this could be the chance. What are you waiting for?
A star-studded
Hey, babes.
crowd, a star-studded fight.
Here.
Do you have any other lectures?
This back.
A lot of track. And we're underway in round one. Can't land the jab there. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, this fighter loves throwing hooks. Their opponent has got to watch out for them. You can't make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. Good counter punch. Swing and a miss with that hook. Do you believe what we are seeing? That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Nice counter. You would not want to be hit by this guy. Trust me. That hook doesn't score. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt.
Here we go. It's round 2. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You can see from the record, this fighter is fantastic and is really difficult to get past. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
They got out of the way of that right hook. They're both trying for a knockout. Well done with that counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go.
Keeps catching me, bro.
You know what, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
What game plan? I wish you would tell me. And why does he get to regenerate stamina so
On to the
well?
third. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance, without a doubt, made look so...
There's the bell to start round 4. This fight has been very one-sided. What are we going to have in this round?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
willing to go where the other fighter won't. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. They exchange punches. And this is incredible action from both of these heavyweights. Defense is not an option for these two. Both men step back for just hold it right there. An upset of the year, perhaps, right before an old dog goes down. You can see here on the replay a perfect body shot, and he dropped like a loose suit.
A shot from the gods took him out.
Not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though. Got back.
On to the fifth we go. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be more action here. You'd like to see more jabs. Like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight.
You're big.
The right hook just missed. How about the offensive firepower on display? Good counter punching. The straight right just misses. The perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of...
There's the bell for round 6. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Punch, counter punch. Nice counter punch right up the middle.
What's up, sweetheart?
Carried away.
You felt amazing. What do you mean?
Counterpunch.
Why would I lie?
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Trying to land that jab. At some point, the corner has to say you're done. And down goes Old Dog. He knew his chin would get tested in this fight, and it failed him miserably.
I need to see that again.
Big tough.
Apparently, it's going to take more than that to keep this fighter down.
But look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time.
Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You're being put down. You've got.
There's the bell to start round 7. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Respecting each other's punching power. Has to be careful for that receipt.
What's up, babies? Yep.
Straight right just misses.
Oh my god, that actually sounds so good.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. A little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. All offense all the time. That counter shot lands. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
There's the bell to start round.
Hi, babe.
After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
See, I feel like you're going to be picky. You're texturous. Okay.
Catch and shoot.
I kept bringing you food.
They threw the hook. It didn't land.
Let's do it, so oh, that's weird. We're just something back on the side.
A perfect counter shot. Nice job to block that uppercut. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
I ate so many noodles. Okay.
I'm sorry, babes.
And that jab just missed with the left hand.
Did you have some of the minions?
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well, you don't see it very often, but here
It's a draw?
This fight ends in a draw.
How does that make sense? I've put him on the floor twice. I'm very, very confused. What's up, babes?
Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume level and confidence. The consequences stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you mother and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversational astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's an necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janis Joplin droplets. It sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is priming is optimist and tastes like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. This black window, Charlie cake for dinner, birthday cake for breakfast, slice it like a ninja, pick up all the pieces, assemble like Avenger. Authoring is August, wordplay is December. Then leave my pen is in cinders and my deliverance shivers like Siberian area shippers. Slip on the slick as icicles, drip from the tip of my scriptures. If you a ship on the trip, don't hit on the tip of my glacier. Swim with the fish and flippers. I finish my pictures. This is what didn't get it, getting hitting the different differs. What did he do it or didn't she? Who are you mentioning? Louis do a duel like Kennedy, dueling enemies. Do it to him, chewing through him without doing it dentally. Superhuman fluent without refueling engines with energy. This chemistry can it be? They googling endlessly. Even computers losing memory, bending mentally when they interface with the lyrical ability. try, sweating eyes, who am I, champion till I die.